Hello and welcome to Pickleball Therapy, the podcast dedicated to your pickleball improvement. We are in the middle of our Pickleball System course opening for March of 2024. It's a big deal from our end because we only do this 2 times per year. This is the spring opening of our course. And so this special episode is dedicated to talking about that and helping players who may be on the fence about joining us inside the Pickleball System course to make a decision as to whether it's the time for them to do so. If you're among that group of players, then I highly recommend you check out this episode. We're going to go through a series of questions. I'll explain to you a little bit more about the course and then help you make a decision as to whether the system is right for you right now. If you're not in that group of players, then I would skip this episode and come back on Friday for one of our regular episodes. All right, as we jump into the episode, let me start off by asking you 2 questions. If you answer yes to both these questions, I'm going to submit to you that it is time for you to join the Pickleball System. There are some logistics, some other things that, some other things we'll have to do, but those are just details, just logistics. There's really only 2 questions that matter in terms of deciding to join our March class of the Pickleball System. First question is, are you genuinely interested in making real improvement in your play? We're talking about paradigm shift, transformational changes to your game. Not gimmicks, not quick fixes. There are no such things. If there were, we'd be happy to share them with you. But real meaningful change in your game. If you answer yes to that, then then we're halfway there, and then there's only one more question, which is, are you willing to put in some work? Now, this isn't to say you got to spend 40 hours a week working at this, but it does mean that you will have to put in some work. Again, there are no quick fixes here. There's no I can't send you like a potion in the mail, you drink it, and all of a sudden you're playing better pickleball. So you're going to, there requires some study, requires some work to put in the steps that are inside the system in order to advance your game. If you answered yes to both those questions, right, you genuinely want improvement and you're willing to put in some work, then I would submit to you that the Pickleball System is right for you, and I would recommend that you enroll in our March class, or at least give real serious consideration to enrolling in our March class. I think by the end you'll see how there's no reason not to, but in any event, you are definitely a player who's ready to be a part of our Pickleball System course and to take that significant next step in your journey. Let me describe a little bit of what inside the Pickleball System so you get an idea of what's in there and know what's coming your way. First thing you're going to get is you're going to get a top-down approach to pickleball. It's what we call FOSS, which is Framework, Objective, Strategies, and Shots. It's a very well thought out, very well designed, and very effective because of the effectiveness is there. And if for players who are inside the Pickleball System, they've gotten results. You'll get that inside the Pickleball System. You'll get a complete curriculum giving you the most solid foundation you can to playing amazing pickleball. The series of videos and resources that are in there are organized and put together in a step-by-step fashion that'll get you to where you want to go as a player. You'll also get live class coaching calls with me and CJ Johnson, right, to work you through this process. We don't just throw you out there and go, okay, wish you well. We're coaching you. So we coach you through the rollout of the process, and then you have milestone calls along the way to help you continue to work on your improvement journey. And there's additional resources that are also part of this, part of the program. Now, the Pickleball System is a 1-year course. It's a 1-year, let's get this done in pickleball, right? This is not, like buying a video set that you just put up on the shelf and maybe you look at it someday or another. This is a 1-year course. Think of it like college enrollment. I'll hit that again in a minute, but it's like going to college, right? You sign up for a class, the class is X amount of time, and you go to it, and that's how you improve. That's what's going to happen here. Now, if you're still not sure, you're like, oh man, I don't know. Does it really work? Does it not work? Is it? 2 things I'm going to recommend here. 1, check out our testimonials. I'm going to give you a link that you can check out more about the program. You'll get more detail in there, a number of videos, things like that. All of that's in the details that I'll give you. It's basically the pickleballsystem.com, so you can go there, and I'll put a link down below. But there's a lot of testimonials in there. Not all of the testimonials. We have hundreds of testimonials from players who have participated in the Pickleball System and who have seen real improvement in their game. Again, not gimmicky stuff, not I was better for a week, but the kind of thing that, this is getting better and better every time I dive into the system again. It works more and more for me. We also have a large number of players who come back for a second year and even a third year inside the pickleball system, because there's always something in there for you to learn and to grow with. So if you're not sure, check out the testimonials. Check out the stories of players just like you who have improved in their play. And then the last, I'm going to tell you in terms of, making a decision, we offer an unconditional 90-day money-back guarantee. That's better than anything else out there in the industry, right? If someone offers a money-back guarantee, usually it's like 30 days, 10 days, 30 days, something like that. We give you 90 days to figure out, whether this is right for you. If you come into the system and for whatever reason you say, you know what, not for me, no problem at all. You send us an email, we'll send you your money back right away. So, send your enrollment fee back right away. So you basically have there's no risk to trying it out. I can tell you historically, the number of players who ask us for a refund outside of some, concern, like, there's something that happened in their life, like, death of a loved one or an injury or something like that, is very minimal. And so we know that this program works, and we know that once you come in, you're going to really like the program and it's going to really work for you. But again, if you have a little inkling of doubt, then that money back guarantee should help you with that. Now, as I mentioned, there is an enrollment fee. Okay, this is just like going to college, right? There's a cost to providing these services. Internet fees, hosting, editing, all sorts of costs that we have to incur. So there is a cost associated with doing this. That said, if you go to the pickleball system, pickleballsystem.com, I should say, and just I can't really swing that right now, or the monthly payment plan doesn't work for me, things like that, then send us an email and we will do what we have to do to get you inside the program. We are adamant that even though we expect that if a player if a player is able to pay the value of the system, the value of the system well exceeds the enrollment fee, then that fee should be paid. But if a player is in a position that is not doable for them, we do not want finances to be an obstacle to improvement for a pickleball player who is, as I asked earlier, genuinely interested in making advances in their play and is willing to put in the work. So, we will get you inside the system, no matter what, as long as we can, as long as you answer those two questions, yes. So as I mentioned earlier, if those two questions are yes, the rest of it is just logistics, right? The rest of it is just details that we have to work out to get you from point A to point B and get you started inside the Pickleball System course. As I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, we only roll out the Pickleball System courses, or only open enrollment, I should say, 2 times a year in terms of the big program that we have, the Pickleball System. So if you're thinking about, it's time for me to do something significant with my game, I really want to get going, highly recommend you join us for this March 2024 class. You will not be disappointed, and you will make significant advancements in your understanding and your play in pickleball. So if it's time for you, if you answer those questions yes and you're ready to go, I'll see you inside your Pickleball System course. And no matter what, I will see you at next week's episode, or this week's episode, I should say, regular episode on Friday of Pickleball Therapy. Have a great week. And I'll see you in the class and/or in our next episode.